Hey there, it's Casey Dimon here with the TaxSaleAcademy.com, and in this video we're talking about the 5 common mistakes that beginning tax sale investors make. Mistake number 1, they don't research thoroughly enough. You know, there's a lot of research involved in investing in tax sale properties. A lot of people have the misconception that you just go to the auction, you buy it at a certain price, and you sell it for more money, and that's all there is to it. You know, unfortunately, a lot of the work is often behind the scenes. It's in that research phase of the tax sale investment process. A lot of beginning tax sale investors are only scratching the surface when it comes to the amount of research that they should be doing on a particular piece of property. Before you consider investing in anything, you have to know absolutely everything you possibly can about that particular piece of property. So do a lot of research. Mistake number 2 is, well, they pay too much money. You know, they might have a budget in mind. They might say, I'm going to pay $1,000 for a piece of property. They get to the auction, they get excited, their adrenaline starts going, that piece of property comes up, they start waving their bidder number or yelling out, bids against other people, getting caught up in bidding wars and all sorts of other stuff, and before they know it, that $1,000 budget was stretched to $1,500. And this, of course, leads to you losing a lot of money. So don't pay too much for a particular piece of property. Set your budget and stick to it. Mistake number 3 is that they often rush themselves into an investment. You know, a lot of times tax sale investors will start learning all this information. There's a lot of information out there, and they set a timetable on themselves. They say, 2 weeks from now I'm going to buy my first tax sale property. So they go to the auction, and unfortunately all the properties happen to be selling for higher than their budget. So they start stretching their budget more and more and more. They start rushing themselves, and then all this leads to is them losing money on a particular piece of property. And, eventually they hate tax sale investing, all because they rush themselves. So don't put a time limit on anything. Don't rush yourself into any investment. Number 4 is, well, they never get started. They're paralyzed by the amount of information that's out there. There's a lot to tax sale investing. I teach hours and hours and hours about tax sale investing. Here on YouTube, and also teach dozens of hours in the Tax Sale Academy, and they take all this information, they just kind of get paralyzed. They don't know what to do with it. Well, you have to take action. You have to get started. So don't fall into the trap where you just continue to learn and you never get started. Likewise, it goes back to mistake number 3. Don't rush yourself, but make sure you get started eventually. And then lastly, mistake number 5, well, they don't take the time to do what you're doing right now. They don't take the time to learn. They walk into an auction just because they happen to see a sign, or they read about something in a newspaper, or they saw a late night infomercial or some garbage like that. And they walk into the auction and they say, oh, I'm going to bid on every piece of property I can get, for $100 or something. Before they know it, they have all sorts of liens and judgments against them because they bought the wrong pieces of property, or, they just don't know what they're doing. So you have to take the time to learn what you're doing. So these are 5 common mistakes that beginning tax sale investors make. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see similar videos, or you'd like to learn about the very lucrative tax sale investing business, head on over to my website at the TaxSaleAcademy.com. And you can do that by clicking the blue link right here next to my head. And again, it's the TaxSaleAcademy.com. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.